Welcome to SVG-TV News for Monday, December 22nd, 2025. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. The first sitting of Parliament since the November 27, 2025 general election, which is the first session of the 12th Parliament, will take place tomorrow, Tuesday, December 23rd, 2025. Ahead of the sitting, opposition leader Dr. Ralph Gonsalves today announced the names of the opposition senators via his official Facebook page. He disclosed that former Minister of Tourism Carlos James and former Minister of National Mobilization Kiesel Peters will serve as opposition senators. Dr. Gonsalves noted, however, that he is not certain whether both senators or he himself will be in attendance at the opening sitting of Parliament tomorrow.
There are a couple of announcements I just want to make. In fact, two senators, on my advice to the Governor General, have been appointed. One of them is Carlos James, the other one is Kiesel Peters. Parliament meets on the 23rd in the afternoon. Kiesel is not here. She's with her mom, who is recovering from an operation in New York. And I'm not sure whether I will be at the first sitting of the Parliament, the formal opening of Parliament, to take the oath of allegiance. Nor am I sure that Carlos will be there too. There's some security matters which have to be worked out.
According to Dr. Gonsalves, there are several matters he intends to raise in Parliament. However, he indicated that these issues will be addressed at a later date, emphasizing that the current period is one for reflection and celebration as the Christmas season approaches.
Difficult and competitive election period, that's over. We're now into the Christmas season. Goodwill, good neighborliness, love and solidarity to everyone. You see me wearing red, but red is really a Christmas color. Everybody knows that. I just want to say thank you to all the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines again. We thank Almighty God for all the blessings that He has bestowed upon all of us. And let us have a season which is very peaceful, where we give, where we love, where we care, and let us remember, very importantly, most of all, as it is said, the reason for the season is Christ in our lives. Not rum drinking, not gluttony, but just to be happy in a very special way.
The first sitting of Parliament traditionally includes the swearing of members and sets the tone for legislative business in the new parliamentary session. Tomorrow's sitting will be held at the temporary Parliament building at Glen from 4 p.m. And Minister of Fisheries, Marine and Land Conservation and Climate Resilience, Conroy Huggins, today provided an update on the work undertaken within his ministry exactly 20 days after he and the new cabinet were sworn into office following the New Democratic Party's decisive victory in the November 27, 2025 general election, where the party won 14 of the 15 constituencies. Speaking on the early progress of the ministry, Minister Huggins said that significant groundwork has already been laid since assuming office. He explained that he has held a series of meetings with senior officials within the ministry who have been briefing him on ongoing programs, while simultaneously working to align priorities with the government's broader development agenda, particularly the expansion of the blue economy. Over the past 3 weeks, the minister and his team have also conducted visits to all fishery centers across mainland St. Vincent, allowing them to engage directly with fishers and assess conditions on the ground. According to Huggins, these consultations have helped shape ambitious plans for the fisheries sector with great things in store for 2026 and beyond.
We've been at Oyer, we've been at Taliaqua, we've been at the Kingston Fisheries Market, fish market. We have been in Lomans Bay, visiting the fishers there and engaging them. We've also visited the Barley Fisheries Center and the Chateaubelair Fisheries Center. And overall, the conditions, they have been deplorable, and we have done our assessments. The good thing is we have projects in line already There are projects in progress, which we will be executing into 2026, 2027. So we are anticipating by 2028, the entire fisheries sector will see a transformation that you may have seen back in probably the late 80s, early 90s. We're going to take things forward. This new trust towards the blue economy, it is something that I am really happy to be pioneering, because since the delink of fisheries from agriculture, we have been having meetings and planning how we're going to go forward with this sector. We have already held a consultation with the fishers, suppliers, vendors at the Kingstown Fish Market, at the building there in Kingstown. And we had probably over 75 stakeholders present. I mean, the engagement was great. We did that just over a week or so ago. The engagement was great. And we are going to continue this level of stakeholder engagement. It is something that I campaigned on, that I want to be engaging with stakeholders, no matter which ministry I was placed in.
Minister Huggins noted that the fisheries sector has historically contributed between 1 and 1.5% of gross domestic product, or the GDP, and it's at its strongest. He said the ministry is now focused on significantly increasing that contribution as part of a wider strategy to modernize the sector, improve livelihoods for fishers.
When it comes to fishing earnings from the sector, we want to see the development of the blue economy, where fishers can earn and generate wealth, and not just wealth, but generational wealth. It is something that I am passionate about, to see in the whole transformation of this industry. Quite a lot is taking place. We have projects in the pipeline for Oya. We're going to refurbish Oya come 2026, 2027. So too, Chateaubriand. We're going to do a total remake of Chateaubriand, because that has been left defunct for over 24, 23 years. Those two are going to be done on the V project, which is the volcano emergency recovery project. And we will be doing enhancement of Caliacor, of Barreley, and the other facilities, Kingstown Fish Market here on mainland. And that is also going to take place for the Grenadines in Beckway and Kanawan and Union Island. So the outlook for the blue economy and for fisheries, it is just amazing. I've held several meetings with interested donors, stakeholders, persons who are willing to work with us in the industry, whether through grant funding or even soft loans. But we're having those conversations, and we're looking forward to see fishers, vendors, suppliers, and all the persons in this industry benefit, and benefit significantly.
Highlighting the country's geographic reality, Huggins pointed out that St. Vincent and the Grenadines' ocean space far exceeds its land mass, stressing that the nation must better capitalize on the resources of the marine environment. He described the blue economy as a critical growth area encompassing fisheries, marine conservation, climate resilience, and sustainable use of ocean resources. The minister also addressed recent support provided to fishers affected by Hurricane Beryl, noting that compensation payments, which should have been issued more than a year ago, were finally disbursed last Thursday and Friday and is ongoing. He said his ministry moved quickly to put the necessary systems in place to ensure those affected receive their long overdue assistance.
Do this right, which we will. We will get it right. We will be able to exploit, explore, and harvest in a sustainable manner the fisheries, the fish resources, and the whole marine resources from our ocean space to generate wealth for all of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I want to repeat that. For all of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. To my people in Central Leeward, Buccament, Barreley, Layu, you know that I've campaigned on this, and you will see significant improvements. So too with all the areas in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But quite naturally, the Leeward Corridor, we are looking forward to see change. We are looking forward to see transformation. So from South Leeward, Central Leeward, North Leeward, the thing is loading. And we're going to be seeing significant development in the fishery sector. Now, this one is very special. We are just in office under 3 weeks. And on Thursday, the 18th of December, fishers who did not receive burial support over a year ago, we were able to action that within a week. And as a result, fishers and persons who were affected by burial, who did not receive support previously, $250 million, $250,000 were made available for those beneficiaries. I was advised by staff that persons came in on Thursday and have already received payments, and also they came in on Friday the 19th, which was the big day in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where persons shop for, the VAT-free day.
Minister Huggins extended Christmas greetings to the public and expressed optimism about the future, saying he is confident that his ministry, working alongside with other government departments, will successfully advance the blue economy and strengthen resilience across the sector in the years ahead. In other local news now, we hear that St. Vincent and the Grenadines on Saturday officially welcomed Delta Airlines with the arrival of its inaugural flight from Atlanta, Georgia at the Argyle International Airport, marking another milestone in the country's expanded airlift and global connectivity. The welcome ceremony was attended by several cabinet members, tourism officials, and aviation stakeholders, underscoring the importance of the new service to the nation's tourism and economic development strategy. Speaking at the ceremony, Field Director of Delta Airlines, Jennifer Rabin, expressed appreciation to the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for its partnership and support. She noted that the airline will operate a Boeing 737 aircraft, which provides seamless connectivity between St. Vincent and the Grenadines and more than 100 destinations across the United States via Delta's major hub in Atlanta. Rabin emphasized that the new route strengthens Delta's presence in the Eastern Caribbean and enhances travel options for both leisure and business travelers.
Truly an honor to stand before you and share some exciting news about this addition to our network. We are continuously working to expand our reach and make it easier for our customers to explore the world. This new service opens up St. Vincent to our customers from over 100 U.S. cities through our convenient one-stop connection from Atlanta. This means that our network is not only connecting Atlanta to St. Vincent, but it's also linking countless communities across the United States to this beautiful island. We will be operating a Boeing 737-800 aircraft, offering our customers a range of cabin options. This includes first class, Delta Comfort, and main cabin. And our commitment to providing a comfortable and enjoyable travel experience extends beyond the aircraft itself. We are dedicated to ensuring that the future of travel is connected, personalized, and enjoyable. Our people's genuine and enduring motivation is to make every customer feel welcome, respected across every point of their journey with us.
Minister of Tourism Dr. Kishore Shaloo described the arrival of Delta Airlines as a proud and significant movement for the country. He said the new service signals a continued strengthening of partnerships with international airlines, which is critical to boosting tourism, increasing visitor arrivals, and supporting local businesses.
We are indeed honored to have you here in our beautiful country, the best place in this part of the world for sure. I express sincere appreciation as well to your airline, Jennifer, for its confidence in our destination. While for the Delta Airlines, it's indeed a strategic decision to establish services to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. For us here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, it reflects a recognition of our country's growing appeal, our improving infrastructure, and our readiness to engage meaningfully with global partners. I view this occasion through dual lens, the Ministry of Tourism and Civil Aviation. From the Ministry of Tourism perspective, this new service strengthens our ability to compete in a highly dynamic global market. The United States, as we know, remains one of the most important source markets, and direct and reliable connectivity is essential to unlocking our full potential in the tourism industry and as a tourism product.
And Prime Minister Dr. Godwin Friday also addressed the gathering, emphasizing the importance of expanding air access to more global destinations. He welcomed the partnership with Delta Airlines, noting that enhanced connectivity is essential for tourism growth, trade and investment. The Prime Minister said the government remains committed to working closely with airline partners to ensure sustainable growth of the aviation and tourism sectors.
Their connectivity strengthens our links to key markets. It enhances our competitiveness as a tourism destination and plays a critical role in the modern development and economic growth of our country. Reliable airlifts, as you know, shapes how countries attract visitors, how they conduct business and participate in the global economy. Having your flight here from Atlanta as a direct flight. Atlanta, we know, is a key, that's probably understating it, a major international hub, makes St. Vincent and the Grenadines more accessible to travelers from all over the United States, and I dare say travelers from all over the world who go through that busy hub. For St. Vincent and the Grenadines, this new connection brings us closer to major international hubs and makes our destination more accessible, easier to get to, cheaper to get to, and more reliable.
The introduction of Delta Airlines service from Atlanta further diversifies airlift into St. Vincent and the Grenadines, strengthening the country's links to major international markets and supported continued growth in tourism and economic activity. Meanwhile, Minister of Tourism Dr. Keisha Shallow underscored the importance of infrastructure development, particularly the Argyle International Airport, in supporting the growth of the tourism sector. Speaking at the inaugural Delta flight welcome ceremony, Dr. Shallow acknowledged the work carried out by the previous administration in establishing the airport and strengthening air access. He noted that the current government intends to build on that foundation as it continues efforts to further develop and strengthen the aviation sector.
Today signals confidence in our aviation ecosystem, our regulatory framework, our safety oversight, and of course our infrastructure. And as our Honorable Prime Minister has said over the years, that government should be like a button. And certainly it was a fantastic investment in the Argyle International Airport by the previous government or dispensation, which you have rightly received credit for. But with this new dispensation, the new government, we are surely committed to building on such foundation because we understand the importance of allowing St. Vincent and Grenadines to have full access to the rest of the world. And so we will continue to work diligently to modernize our civil aviation policies, to enhance safety and security standards, and to ensure compliance with international best practices.
Dr. Shallow also said he would like to see a wider cross-section of stakeholders benefiting from increased flights to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, including small businesses, tourism service providers, and communities across the country.
That this is not just about a single route to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but this is the beginning of a long-term partnership that we will relish and we look forward to strengthening and building in coming years. To our local tourism and aviation stakeholders, Today is a call to action. Enhanced airlift demands excellence, excellence on the ground. It means service quality production must improve. It means that community engagement must rise to meet this opportunity. And to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I say this moment belongs to every single one of you. Every flight that lands here in our beautiful country, it means creation of jobs, it means support for more families, it means strengthening small businesses, and it also means contribution to national development.
Welcome back. Inmates at His Majesty's Prison showcased their talents at the 2025 prison concert held yesterday, Sunday. Addressing the audience at the event, Minister of National Security, Sinclair Leacock, said there is significant room for improvement in the rehabilitation of inmates across the country's correctional institutions. He emphasized his firm belief in giving prisoners a second chance.
There's an urgency, and I've said this before on political platforms, there's an urgency to become a society of second chance. I will make it short. You know, politicians like it already. Yes. And so, one of the commitments you will see from our administration is to provide more jobs, more opportunities, more support for you as families, you women, in many instances as head of households, mothers who will be fathers, and to give you all of the encouragement that is possible. So going forward into the new year, I want us to use the Christmas cheer to be one of encouragement, in the words of an old artist. Better days are coming.
Minister Leacock, who has been visiting various institutions, including police stations, said he is aware of the high costs associated with maintaining inmates in prison compared to the relatively low level of investment in initiatives aimed at preventing reoffending. He stressed that this imbalance must change and noted that efforts are already underway to address the issue.
And I trust that as they come forward, all of us, without exception, hold on to them and make use of the opportunities provided. Let me just say something as I shut up and sit down. And I say this in response to the person who asked me rightfully to keep it short. It costs on average $16,000 to keep a person in prison per year. That's not a small amount of money. At present, we spend only $5 to keep them out of prison. So obviously, it makes sense to do all that is within our powers to prevent them from getting there in the first place or going.
The National Security Minister also encouraged inmates to take full advantage of the opportunities offered through the prison services to improve themselves so that they can make meaningful contributions to society upon their release.
I want to ask you to join with us and see yourselves on the front line of crime prevention in our blessed land. And you could do this by taking up advantage of the opportunities inside of the prisons, because there's a tremendous amount of talent in the prison. And you're seeing it in here tonight, this evening, in culture and what they can do with their hands and with their talent. And you can do it by the encouragement and the conversations and the reach you have with those who are outside to make St. Vincent a country in which we are committed on all fronts for the reduction. Can't eradicate it. It will always be among us. It will always be among us. But do everything within our powers to be more tolerant, more understanding, resisting the temptations, walk away so that life is better, not just for yourself, but for your immediate families, and especially those of you who have children.
Meanwhile, the Bilal Correctional Facility hosted its annual Family Day last Thursday, highlighting the critical role that family connections play in rehabilitation and reintegration of inmates. The event allowed incarcerated individuals to spend meaningful time with their loved ones, creating an environment that fosters emotional support, accountability, and personal growth. Chief Prison Officer Edson Matthias emphasized that maintaining family ties is a key component of successful rehabilitation.
We have our family day at the facility, which families are allowed to come and visit their loved ones and sit with them and interact, and an open visit for a few minutes or so. Okay, today when the family come, they are allowed to sit in an open table with their loved ones. They are allowed to have a meal with their loved one while here.
According to Matthias, who was speaking with the Agency for Public Information, Family Day provides inmates with a sense of normalcy that is often absent in correctional settings. He noted that the initiative has also contributed to improved behavior among inmates.
Procedure was like you make an appointment, you get a date and time as to when you can come. You come, present the ID, you come down, sit behind glass instead of the open today, which you can touch and discuss over table or meal for 15 to 20 minutes, and then the visit ends there. As to the regular stuff and so forth that they accept, and the family day we go out and accept extra meal, some extra goodies and so forth, and a family day, while on the other days not, so we limit the amount of stuff that you can get.
The annual Family Day reflects the Bilal Correctional Facility's broader commitment to rehabilitation and reintegration while strengthening family bonds and reinforcing the belief that strong support systems are essential for positive change and successful re-entry into society. And sister station Magic 103.7 and 91.5 FM once again brought Christmas cheer to its listeners for the 2025 holiday season. Listeners took part in one of the station's Christmas promotions, Christmas Detective, in which participants were asked to match numbers to their corresponding letters in the alphabet to reveal a Christmas word or phrase. Questions related to SVG Broadcasting Corporation, SVG-BC, were also included in the promotion. On Saturday, December 20th, 2025, several Magic listeners turned out to collect their prizes. The prizes were sponsored by East Caribbean Bottlers Inc., represented by Digicel Brand Marketing Manager Sidika Patterson. Additional sponsorship was provided by General Maritime Agency. Magic 103.7 and 91.5 FM once again extends thanks to its loyal listeners and sponsors and wishes everyone a Merry Christmas and a bright and prosperous 2026.